Hi everybody, how you doing? Okay, I'm back already with another update video. It's been just a month since the last one, and the reception the last one got was so great I thought I'd better get on with another one. This is a shot from the last video, because 6 months prior to that the layout looked like that. Now I took it to bits because I wasn't happy with it. I'd been watching lots of other YouTube videos and thought, yeah, I could do better with mine, so then I did that you're looking at now, and now basically a month on, I've ballasted the whole thing. So I thought I'll stick another video on for you guys to check it out. Excuse me a moment while I open my Pepsi Max. Pepsi Max don't sponsor me, by the way. I just love Pepsi Max, so I'm just going to have a drink of that. Okay, so yeah, I put the ballast down. Ballast is so stubborn in the winter, isn't it? Put it all down. 24 hours later I went to have a look and see if it had set, and it hadn't. In fact, it was so loose I thought I'd completely messed up the process somehow. And one of my friends on YouTube and Twitter, Jason at Barnabas Junction, said, yeah, mine took 5 days, so, you know, be patient. And I cranked the heating up in the house, and I left the central heating on like 20 Celsius for like a day, and it's all dried up nicely, so it's nearly there. But this footage that you're looking at now, while I get it into focus, this is the ballast still setting at this stage. It was very neat and tidy when I laid it, and when I squirted the glue down, it moved some of it around a little bit. So I've got some of it to tidy up a little bit, as you can see. I like it neat. I know it's prototypical. You do get messy ballast, but I want it to be kind of neat and tidy as I can make it, really. The edge of this bridge here in the last video, the wood there was a bit more exposed, so I've just kind of covered it up to make it look a little bit neater. And maybe for those of you who are watching one of my videos for the first time, this is a completely different layout to the one I had earlier in the year. I wanted to experiment more with scenery and have a bit more visual interest going on, so I have it on 2 levels now, and this is the bottom level, which I've been working on. Yeah, you can see the ballast. It needs to tidy up, so I'll be getting the tweezers out and removing little bits and neatening that up as soon as it's finished drying. And as I say, it's pretty close. A colleague of mine gave me a box of stuff. There's just an old signal box there. I've basically just been putting stuff down in places and thinking, okay, this is the kind of thing I'd like to have here and stuff. But it all could change, and I might replace buildings and stuff. Station platform's looking pretty nice. It's taken a while. You can see the joins and stuff because I have used scale scenes, platform topping there, and obviously I don't like looking at the joins, but I have ideas to get around that. And the edging I put over the top of matchsticks, that technique, glued matchsticks on the side, and then when the matchsticks had glued, I then wrapped the matchsticks in the white line coverings. To cut a long story short, as you can see there, the extra loop there, that bit of track with the missing sleepers, I will slide some sleepers in there, or ties as I've heard them called. I don't know the correct term, to be honest, but I ran out of ballast, so when I finish doing those platforms I will finish the ballasting and get this entire bottom section done. But certainly it's big progress from me in recent days. And this area here, in the last video 4 weeks ago, it was, none of this had been done. And again, this is just a very basic layer of scenery that I've put down. You can see on the left-hand side, just out of shot now actually, but the glue is still wet. So what you're looking at is, just a base layer still setting in. I've got a bag of static grass that I bought weeks ago that I'm going to use. So we've, I feel like I'm making good progress. The thing is, I only get about half an hour here, half an hour there to get up there and get it done. Every now and again, I'll have maybe 2 or 3 hours where I can get loads done in a marathon session. But more often than not, it's just whenever I've got a little bit of time here and there. And this weekend, I've had a bit more time, which has been great. So yeah, I bought a little box of bits on eBay, a couple of quid, and a little box of accessories, so I put some little junction boxes in there and stuff, and you can almost see some point rodding there as well. This is the layout prior, 6 months ago, it looked like that in this very section, just from the opposite way round there. And then in the last video, this is what I showed you I'd done. I build everything out of cardboard and bits of wood and whatever I've got lying around, get it real nice and solid. You know, I think bits of my son's old bed are in there and things, and just get it really nice and solid, and then just start to cover it in the detail. And it's funny when you put videos on YouTube. There's so many great videos on YouTube, and I feel like I'm learning from all of you guys, really. But I've had a couple of nice comments from people saying, "Oh, how did you do this? How did you do that?" And that looks nice. So I thought, okay, I'll keep making videos. The last one, as I say, the reception of the last one was really great. I think it had 3.4 thousand views in a month. And my previous video had 1.9 thousand views in 6 months, so something obviously has got everyone's attention, maybe because it's actually starting to look like something on the way to being good. The track, I've been cleaning the track this morning. The track right now in this video is still dirty because the glue is still setting, but now the glue's pretty much set, pretty solid. I've been cleaning the rail tops as well, so they're starting to look nice and shiny. And nice little steep road there. If you're not a fan of hill starts, I'd avoid that. Yeah, so that's where most of the work has been done. Looking forward to getting this top level done. I'll be starting to buy track for that, and because I'm itching to get 4 trains running. At the moment I've only got 2, well actually to be exact right now I've got no trains running because I'm waiting for the ballast to all set. But here this bridge goes over what was going to be a valley into the rural side of the layout. So the layout's got 2 very distinct sides. There's the rural side, which is this, and there's the other side, which is the station area, and what will be urban pretty much the entire way down. Yeah, very excited about it. You can see I've used chicken wire, and I've put plaster cloth over the top. You can still see some of the chicken wire shape poking through, but I'm not bothered about that because when I paint it, I'll scatter it and I'll put static grass and trees and bushes, and you won't be able to see any of that. This side here was the other side of the valley with the bridge, but because it goes into the urban area on the right hand side, I thought, well, I'll have a valley on the left there. And then on the other side, I thought if it's going into the urban area, why would it be a hillside or whatever? So I thought I will make some kind of a harbour area. So basically I am making it up as I go along, to be honest. There's not a great deal of planning that's gone into what I'm doing. Well, that's a lie. There is to a certain extent, but I do find my mind works better when I'm faced with situations and think, right, what am I going to do with this right now, as opposed to, I wonder what this could become in 5 months, 6 months from now. So yeah, that was it. That was going to be a valley. The chicken wire there would have had just plaster cloth coming down, and but I got rid of that and I switched that idea out and thought I'd make something a bit more industrial. I'm really looking forward to experimenting with water and stuff, but in the meantime, it's just obviously dry. Don't sail your boat into here right now. And I've reused this little hut that I made out of a toothpaste box. That was my first ever attempt. You may remember if you've been watching me on Twitter for a while. That was my first attempt in April 2016 of scratch building when I was on holiday. I was bored, so I took some brick papers with me and just had a go at it one night. And I think it's quite a charming little hut. Yep. This lower bridge, through it goes, through that tunnel, into the station area on the lower level of the layout. And then up the top there, I've got 2 more tracks which come round and go over a higher bridge. So really looking forward to getting that finished. Very long, slow process, and I do spend quite a lot of time watching other people's YouTube videos. And there's some great channels that I watch. Barnabas Junction, for example, is one that has inspired me to do what I am doing now. You can see in the background there, that's where the old track used to be, so it was all on this one level. And it wasn't really satisfying me, so I saw Jason's channel and I thought, oh yeah, okay, I'll do what he's doing. So I had this higher level at the back there. So basically, Mr. Barnabas, that the reason I completely tore up the whole thing and started again is because of you. But I've enjoyed every moment of it, I must say. Right, quick Pepsi Max break. This lower level, by the way, I got a little water tower there and stuff. And the idea is that this used to be, yeah, this was a steam railway, and they've left some relics behind. The top levels, I'm planning on having HSTs and things like that, and maybe some, some freight going on. But down the bottom, it'll be smaller services on slower trains. Basically, that's the idea. Which is why I've kept in some of the old things like the water tower. But there's also nostalgia reasons. The water tower, I had one when I was little, and there's just little things that I want to keep on the layout as a little nod to my own history, I suppose. Pepsi Max time. So, yeah, I built those corner sections into the end of the layout there so I could have this long flowing curve going around the edge, because it was just getting a little bit tight, and then I tried to disguise tight corners with tunnels and stuff. Lighting, a lot of people are asking me if I'm going to get any decent lighting sorted out. Yeah, absolutely. I've already been pricing up strip lighting, so I'm going to be looking at that, and yeah, I will plug that hole as well. That will be done. Anyway, moving on now, because I really wanted to acknowledge some great comments and questions from you guys on YouTube. Because the glue is still, I'd say, 99% set on the ballast, I thought I'd throw in some archive footage of the trains running around. So this is trains from a month ago, my previous video, and following this shortly will be trains going around on my old layout. I had a comment from somebody saying, I know this is a new layout, but I was, couldn't resist having a look to see what it looked like a few months ago. So he's gone and had a look at that. So yeah, I want to just say hello to everybody who's part of the YouTube community. BNSF3012 N-Scale says, nice job. I'm going to be going more heavy on the scenery as well. Minoc1217, just found the channel and missed that flyover branch you can see on the right there. I miss it as well, but I did change it because I felt the scenery had been built to accommodate the track, and rather than the track carving its way through the scenery or whatever, I felt the scenery looks a little bit too contrived. So, but I'll see if I can bring interesting stuff back. Gary Hodge, thanks for your comment. Impressive layout, thank you very much. Nowhere near as good as everything else on YouTube, but thanks very much for the comment, Gary. Appreciate it, and I hope you get to see this video. Greg Hale had a few comments from Greg inquiring, am I going to get a fiddle yard sorted? Yeah, because this is a super simple layout. Whether it's this one that you're looking at now from a few months ago, or whether it's the one I am currently building in the attic, it is so simple. It's 2 loops right now. It will be 4 loops. I don't have anything intricate going on because I'm not an engineer. Neither am I an artist, but I'm more of an artist than an engineer. And some of the stuff I see on YouTube, and the risk of blowing up the layout that comes with it just scares me. So I like just watching the trains go round, really fast. Another Pepsi Max. I've been suffering from that time of year where I've been getting a sore throat and stuff, so that's why I have to keep having my beverage. Am I running DC or DCC? I'm running DC. Maybe one day. I can't really make the budget stretch that far right now, but I might change it. Here's a comment that I've not actually seen until now. I honestly don't know how people cope without points. I can do it. Every single layout I have ever built has had at least 2 points on it. I like to display some locos on the shed while others are running around, so I guess with that in mind, points can't be avoided. Yeah, at the moment I only have, that's from NK Productions, by the way. Thanks for your comment. I've only got 2 sets of points on the current layout, and that's for the passing loop in the station. But with the upper level that I'm working on in the future, I hope to have more storage and stuff going on up there, and that's where I might incorporate the fiddle yard. We shall see. Thanks for your comment, Sean Baldwin, SY Transport Videos, John Carville. John's doing something similar up in his attic as well. John B, first time I've seen your layout, looks good. Thank you very much, sir. Actually, too many comments, too numerous to go through each individual one. But yeah, a lot of people leaving some very nice comments. Also, hello to everyone who's in Australia and New Zealand and America. It's great that you guys are checking out the British look. There's some really nice stuff that I've seen. I think there's a guy Newcastle Junction who he's doing Newcastle modelling Newcastle Station, and he's in Seattle. I think it's great that there's guys abroad who decided to model the British layout. Ross, how you doing? Ross E, fantastic job, thank you very much. Yeah, John Hill, thanks for your advice regarding how to sort my track out on the top level. Really appreciate that. I also wanted to do a shout out to Irene Forward, who said during the last video, just in the nick of time, it's been basically so long since you've done a video, 6 months ago. I was about to cull you from my subscribe list, and I just uploaded the previous video in the nick of time to keep hold of my subscriber there, so thank you very much indeed. Hi Michael Hemfrey, enjoying the changes. Peter Shaw, M&M Rails, really appreciate you guys taking the time to check this out. You know, I've learned so much from watching YouTube videos. I started building this in March 2016. And you build something you think's pretty good, and then the more you get into it, the more you refer to other YouTube users for ideas, and then the more you think, yeah, actually I don't like mine. So that's why I've basically started again. Station to Station is the name of my layout, after the David Bowie song, or the David Bowie album, and I'm on Twitter, which is S2S Attic Railway on Twitter. The number 2, that is. And I do document my progress pretty much on a daily basis on there. So if you're on Twitter and you want to keep an eye on what I'm doing, and if it's been a while since I've done a YouTube video and you're wondering if I'm even up there and still active and what am I playing at, if you check me out on Twitter at S2, the number 2, S2S Attic Railway, you'll go, oh no, he's up there, he's doing stuff, okay, that's fine, I won't get rid of him off my subscribe list. Anyway, that is pretty much it from me for now. The next video will have trains running, assuming everything's working. The next video will have trains running on the new layout, as opposed to you sitting through this footage of trains running on my old layout, just to give me an excuse to talk about the YouTube comments. So, thank you very much indeed for your time. I'm going to stick some links up on the screen in a moment if you do want to have a look at previous videos. As I said at the end of my last one, I suppose this now is part 2 of a new series, because all the stuff you're looking at right now is gone. Tore it all up and started again. It took me about 4 months to get back to a stage where I was up and running again. It took me about a day to dismantle and 4 months to rebuild. But thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Check out my other videos and playlists, and I will see you for the next video. Trains running on the new layout. Cheers. Take it easy.